Hey everybody, it's Terrence and I am back with another video. But before we begin, if you have not already, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Make sure to click the bell icon too, just so that you can stay updated with any content that I put out. So today's video is going to be a little bit different, I guess. I feel like I say it's going to be a little bit different in every single video, but I'm going to share a story time with you guys because I thought it was funny. So, and it's kind of on brand for me. So picture it, right? So we're all stuck in the house during this whole quarantine thing. So I was like, what can I do at home? So I'm YouTubing stuff. And if you've been following my channel for a while, then you know that I'm really super into skincare and stuff. And it takes me into this like super deep rabbit hole of like a bunch of stuff going on. So I get to waxing. I've never waxed before, ever, because I'm not like a super hairy person. So yeah, never waxed before. I shave, I trim, and I have used Nair before. Nair burns if you leave it on too long. I found that out the hard way. Like it was like, but anywho, so I found this YouTuber and I will put her video somewhere over here or a link to it or something. And she was talking about sugaring. I'd never heard of this before, so I Googled it, and apparently, for those of you that don't know, it's a form of waxing, except you're not using wax, you're using actual like sugar. And it's supposed to be super good for your skin, and it's supposed to be super exfoliating and relaxing, and it's not supposed to hurt, yada 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 yada. Basically, it just has a bunch of like super good benefits for your skin, especially if you do it regularly. So I was like, So I'm looking up products, and my plan was to go out and to purchase like a small jar of the sugaring stuff so I can see how it works, like whatever. Since I'm locked up, why not? Well, I go and I Google a bunch of different places, and Ulta was like the closest one that's to me that you could buy this stuff. So Ulta's closed because of the quarantine, didn't know that, but yeah, drove over there and it was like closed, everything's closed. So I was like, oh yeah, because I didn't think that through. I get back home and I'm looking up the DIY sugaring stuff from the YouTuber that I'd seen, and she has like this whole elaborate video, and it's actually really super well made, way better than anything that I could ever produce. So she takes you through the whole process step by step. She shows you what it's supposed to look like. She gives you her tips and tricks and blah 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 blah, which was really good. Went to the grocery store because that was the choice I made. I was like, I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna try it because I literally have nothing else to do. So I go to the grocery store, I get the sugar, I get the lemon juice, and I'm like, I'm all set. Get home, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So I'm following her recipe, and that's when the first mistake happens. I guess my stove was up too high. Pot full of boiling sugar bubbles over onto my stove, and the hardest thing to clean up ever. It got everywhere and it was a mess. So clean it up. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let this deter me because I am determined. I am a fighter. I had nothing else to do. I do it all over again. Make sure that the oven isn't up super high, and I'm watching the video as I'm going, and she's moving super quick in this video, so I'm like scrolling back. But regardless, I follow the instructions. I'm following them, stirring the stuff in the pot. I'm like, ooh, it's starting to look good. Yeah, it starts to get golden like hers. So I take it off and I'm stirring and I'm stirring and I'm stirring. And she says, keep stirring until it kind of holds its shape a little bit, until it turns into like kind of like a hot wax type thing. So I'm doing that, and then she gets to the part where she scoops it out of the pot. I don't even know if I can demonstrate. Like, she scoops it out of the pot. And she like twists it around the spoon, and then she gets up like the small bowl of water, and she's like dipping her hands in the water and then getting her hands all moisturized and like wet and kneading the sugar, like the wax. So I get my bowl of water and I'm like, oh yeah, I can knead this, whatever. So I get my bowl of water, dip my hands in the water. I'm like, oh yeah, this is easy. Scoop it up. It's not really scooping up at all because I don't know. And it's already starting to harden, so I don't even know what's going on. And I'm like digging into it like as hard as I can, like literally like digging into it. And it's like barely moving, and then when it's coming up, it's like really stringy and all over the place. So I'm like freaking out a little bit. So I dip my hands in the water and I put this molten glob of sugar onto my palm. You guys, it burnt the out of me. Like, the middle of my palm was literally red for hours. Like, and the worst part about it was, like, it wouldn't come off. Like, I tried to pull it off and it was literally like pulling my skin up with it. Like, it just wouldn't come off. So I'm like flinging it and I'm like hitting stuff and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh, it's burning. Like, it's literally still burning me. So like, I like throw it off real quick and it lands in the water and all the water splashes out. And now I'm stuck with this big hard glob. It's not even a glob anymore. It's like a solid mass of sugar in this water. I'm like, no, it's okay, it's okay. So I pull it out and I'm like pulling at it some more, trying to knead it like she was, because she was just like going for it. Like, she was so professional with it. And I was like, I can do this, because we all think that we can do every craft as soon as we watch a video once. But so she's kneading it and she's kneading it and I'm trying and I'm like struggling. Like, I'm struggling so hard to knead this this molten sugar, and it's still like real hot. Then she says she has these small little containers that she puts them in, and or that she puts, like, when she's done making her sugar, she puts it in this little container, but first she coats it with oil so that it doesn't stick. And I'm like, oh, that's really smart. So I get me a little container and I coat it with oil. Mind you, my hand is still just red and raw. I put the oil in the, it's just a drop, so I put the oil in the container, spread it around. I'm like, okay, we're good. So then I put the rest of the wax in there and I'm like, okay, it should be fine. So the next step is, like, you're supposed to put powder on your skin wherever you're going to actually use the sugar, because it will dry it out, or it'll make the surface dry so that the sugar can actually do what it's supposed to do. I don't really have hairy arms at all, which is where she was doing it. I decided to put the newly made wax on my pubes, just kind of at the top, like, area. I spread it on, and it's kind of hard and not really spreading, so I'm like forcing it to spread it on. And I'm like, okay, look, it might work. Cool. So then I go to pull it off. When I tell you that was the most intense pain I've ever felt in my life, like, I don't know if I did it wrong. I don't know if it's because, like, if it was normal, like, waxing pain, because you're literally, like, it's almost like waxing, I guess, because you're still pulling hair follicles, like, directly out of the surface of the skin. I don't know, but it hurt so bad. I was like, I can't do this. But there was still a lot, like, spread on there, because when I go for it, like, I just go for it. So it's there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. It has to come off. So I'm like pulling and I rip it all off. I'm like, okay, whew. And it hurt, but I'm like, okay, if it worked, then maybe we can keep going. It didn't work. It pulled out like maybe 3 hairs. So it was really just ripping my skin. So I was like, okay. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. So I'm watching the video again, and she says that if the wax gets a little too tough or whatever, you can just heat it up for like 10 seconds and then you'll be all good. So I'm like, oh, okay, that must be what's wrong. I just need to heat it back up so it can actually be like waxy. So I'm like, okay, cool. When she heated it up, she used like a popsicle stick to like scoop it back out. And again, probably things that you do when you're waxing, but, you know, didn't pay attention to that at all. So I heat it up for 10 seconds. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go and stick these 2 fingers into the container. Burned immediately. So now I have hot sugary wax on my fingers and it's burning, and I'm like yanking it off and it's not coming off because it's stringy and everywhere, and I'm just like, oh. So then I'm pulling it off of this hand and now it's on this hand and now it's stringy, and I'm just like, oh. So I'm freaking out. I get like one of those throwaway plastic spoons. I'm like, oh wait, we can just do it with this spoon, right? So I get the spoon, kind of scoop the wax out and like put it on the back of the spoon so I can spread it. So I spread it on. Just imagine. Just use your imagination. Spread it on. It was so hot. It was so hot for 10 seconds. It was so hot. So I was like, no. I can't do this. I'm literally burning my flesh right now. Like, I can smell myself cooking. So I like go to like flick, because you're supposed to spread and flick and spread and flick. And I go to flick and nothing comes off. And then it's like ugh. So like I'm pulling and they're just little pieces that are just stuck and they burn so bad. Like it's excruciating. So I'm like, I'm giving myself literal 3rd-degree burns for absolutely no reason, because whole time while it's sticking and I'm pulling, no hair's coming off, like none. It's just sticking and it's just pulling. Like it's tugging the hairs really bad, but it's not coming off. So I'm like, I was like, you know what? We're just gonna scrap the idea. We're done. We're done. I'm done. I'm done burning myself for today. I'm done ripping skin pieces off. Like I'm done. I finally get all of the pieces off, and I look in the little container. I'm like, there's still a lot left. Maybe I can save it. I don't know. So remember the oil part that I said? She said put oil in the container so that it does not stick. So I go and I take the spoon and I'm like scooping, or I'm trying to scoop. All of the wax has hardened and all of it is stuck to the bottom. Really? I threw the entire container away. Threw it all away. And yeah, no, never want to do that again. Never. Nope, not for me. No. I will take the chemical burns from Nair over sugaring, or maybe I just did it wrong. I don't know. If you have any sugaring experience, leave that in the comments below. Let me know what I did right. Let me know what I did wrong. Whole time I was gonna make a video like, oh my God, I'm sugaring for the first time. Let me review this. LOL, psych. Will not be doing that. Let me know in the comments below if you've sugared before and what your experience was with it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big like. Yeah, I hope everybody is like safe and stuff during this whole like virus pandemic outbreak. I hope you got enough food. You probably don't have toilet paper because people bought like all of it. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you a lot. And make sure to follow me on my other social media. If you haven't, it's Hello Terrence with 3 O's and 1 R, exactly how it's spelled here. And with all that being said, stay hydrated and I will catch you guys in the next one.